Hi guys, welcome back. Wow, interesting day today. There was definitely a lot of fear going on in the morning, mainly caused by the crash of Bitcoin. At some point in the morning, it was falling at most 30% before it quickly bounced back up. And this time it's not only Bitcoin, it's also the other coins, all crashing together. So a week and a half ago, I said I was worried for a sell-off caused by the crash of crypto and the sell-off of ARK. And on this Monday, 2 days ago, I suggested to move some money. I said that we need to remain alert for a sell-off from crypto and ARK. And I suggested to move from crypto to gold to be more safe. So I expected a sell-off for crypto, but I did not expect such a fast sell-off. So during the pre-market, we saw the future were down quite a lot. A lot of stocks were down as well. So in the morning on the Discord, I said that the level of 12,900 to 13,000 is quite important. If it doesn't hold, the sell-off could continue and get worse. But for now, the stocks and index are not breaking support yet. So we don't need to panic. When these kind of systematic sell-off happen and the market is full of fear, there will be capital pulling up the index by pulling up the mega caps. So that's why we see that the whole day Apple were above the support I drew before, around 123, and managed to stay above it the whole day. So even though in the morning it looked scary to have a big gap down below, dropping around 1.6%, it was still above the support. So later on we saw Nasdaq recover quite fast actually. And we see that in the end it closed almost flat to be down 0.03%. The Nasdaq 100 were even up 0.15%. So this is when we know that it was the bigger caps saving the day. While you see Russell 2000 drop 0.7%. The Chinese stocks are still performing okay. We see that the KWEB were up 0.2%, still above the 10-day moving average. It's already quite strong considering the environment. RK in the morning was dropping around 3%, but in the end also recovered. So right now it's trying to get back on the 5-day moving average. It closed at exactly 102.97, the 5-day moving average. If it can stay above that tomorrow, so it looks like it still has chance for reversal. First 5-day moving average, second goal 250 moving average, has quite some resistance to break from here. But it performed quite well already considering the sell-off of Bitcoin and Tesla. VIX at some point went up to almost 26, so 21% at most increase in the morning. So it was full of fear. The fear and greed index is now at 35, but in the morning it was below 30, near the extreme fear level. In a day like this, when the market is full of fear, created by some systematic sell-off, because we saw that there were a lot of panic selling in the crypto this morning, and yet the index did not break support. That might be a good sign. Now the Shanghai Composite index had broken out this week and right now backtesting the support. If it can hold on top of this support for a little longer, it would confirm that it's a real breakout. Let's hope there will be less and less black swan. We can just expect there will be more anyways because it's Chinese stocks. The Hang Seng Index also recovered quite well from the fall. The momentum is looking much stronger than Nasdaq right now, but it's gone up in this 3 days, has 2 gap up above, and right now it's at the resistance level, so it can always come back to backtest. So is Bitcoin going to continue this crashing, and is it gonna drive the stock market to go down further? First of all, let's see what drove Bitcoin to fall. Bitcoin falls almost 30% after China cracked down. So China had a new regulation that says banks and payment firms were not allowed to offer clients any service involving cryptocurrency and warned the risk linked to trading crypto assets, where the country already has crypto exchanges and initial coin offerings, consumers are still allowed to own crypto assets. So I think the Chinese government is trying to regulate the trading activities involving crypto because it's trying to prevent bad things before happening. Because I think they see that once the cryptocurrencies become more and more heated, there will be more organizations or some private companies trying to take advantage of that and create more ways to make money, and sometimes it might involve scam that can cause retail investors to lose a lot of money. I think they usually try to prevent things before it happens, but at the end of the day, consumers are still allowed to own crypto assets. I think it's a little bit overreaction because once people saw this headline and they immediately thought China is banning crypto or anything related to that. But I think it's more like they want crypto to be more of an asset instead of means of trading. They want to put more regulations on that, especially to prevent money laundering and moving assets illegally. And I think a lot of investors would be fearful that if Chinese government banned the crypto, that there might be a real crash that's much bigger than what happened already. So would the Chinese government really ban all the cryptocurrencies? Well, I think for now, in the near term, I don't see this possibility because right now a lot of the bitcoins are mined in China actually. I think even some people in the government or large corporations own assets of bitcoins as well. And the most important thing is, I do think they would want to take advantage of the cryptocurrencies to be more independent from the dollar. So for now, I don't think they want to ban all the crypto related activities unless they can find the perfect substitute for it or another solution that's much better. But for now, I don't see this possibility. So I do think it was an overreaction. So is the correction of Bitcoin over yet? Well, not really. I don't think so. I think we would rebound from such a hard crash and then slowly decrease with some time of cooling off. Meanwhile, I think the money from crypto would rotate to gold and some stocks. But I think at least right now, what we fear before the sell-off from crypto had already happened. So that is one thing off the table. And for further sell-off later, I don't think it would create too much effect from here on unless it's something else. I think the margin call would have happened in the morning already. So from here on, I think it might be more slower movement. Some people were getting quite fearful about Tesla because Elon Musk is so heavily involved in the crypto community right now. So now I think we don't need to panic over Tesla yet. As you saw today, it was a big sell-off of crypto and Tesla is still staying above the support. You see, it has not even dropped below the March low yet. So as long as it stays above 530, I don't think you need to panic yet. Actually, right now, it would be a good chance to buy the dip. It's a good risk-reward ratio. Or it might backtest the 250 moving average around 520, not far from here. And then you can set a stop loss to protect your holding if you want to. But at this point, it might need quite some time to recover from this fall. And NIO follows Tesla. I think this might be the time when Tesla is back at the attention to be shorted, just like NIO. These two were popular for long and short. And I think right now there are some luring the shorts going on. So it might get interesting to watch later. EH is not doing much recently. Up and down, but not entirely following the market 100%. Maybe it's doing more shaking. Before the test flight, it pumped up yesterday to be at some point 17% up. I set an automatic order to sell a little bit shares at the cost of 25.2. That was my order. And it went to 25.18. So I missed it by 2 cents. If I sold it yesterday, then I could buy it back today. Oh well, my Discord member asked me, how do I do the buy low, sell high to lower my cost? Because so far I've been buying on every dip. And usually after it goes up, I will sell the part I added during the dip. and keep my original position. But for this, you need to keep in mind that there is always risk to lose the shares at a cheaper price in case there's good news and the share price went parabolic. Then it would be very difficult to buy back. So that's one risk. And the other risk is for tax. This would be washing. And if you sell anything at loss and buy back within a month, I think you cannot claim that loss. But every country should be different, so you need to check thoroughly or ask your accountant. Now, Tuya had been growing quite well in these recent days. Given the condition that all growth stocks or tech stocks were beaten down quite hard, I think Tuya is one of the very few that's already back to the price in March. So it might be a good idea to trim some in case it dips. Might be able to catch it at a lower dip. Also, I bought Coinbase today. I've always aimed the target price to be 200, and this morning it dropped to 208 at the lowest point, somewhat close. So I just opened a position first to continue buying, and I hope it can drop further so I can buy more at the lower dip. Because right now it's heavily shorted. As we know, most of the ARK Invest related stocks, most of them are heavily shorted by the big guys. So we need to expect it to drop further. But I will be happy to buy more at the dip. I did a calculation on the valuation. If they can keep performing the same rate as Q1 of 2021, even without any growth, at this price right now, they should have a PS ratio of 6 and the forward PE ratio of 11 to 12, which is much lower than the other fintech companies like Square and PayPal, but a much faster growing rate. They can keep performing like Q1 with 0% growth rate. Year over year is still much faster than the competitors or most of the other growth stocks. So I think the valuation is looking attractive. The biggest risk with Coinbase is that I don't know if the insider selling had finished or not, because they have large chunk of share to sell with no lockup period. And also it's heavily shorted right now. Another risk is that we don't know how long the correction of the Bitcoin or other cryptocurrencies will last. So for the following quarters, we cannot predict whether they can keep the same performance as the first quarter of this year, when crypto is quite heated at this moment. But I'm okay with the short-term volatility because I think there is quite some potential with this company. Now that's it for today, and if you have enjoyed this video, please give me a big like and write me a great comment, and I will see you in my next video. That's it guys, hope you can find my videos helpful. Make sure you subscribe to my channel and give me a big like. Thank you.